3,000-year-old pure glacial lake, water delivered to Flint through publicly owned pipelines. Or there was option B. Why not build a new, completely unnecessary pipeline that would benefit investors, his major campaign donors, and banks like Wells Fargo? The only catch was that while the new pipeline was being built, Flint would have to switch over from Lake Huron to the industrial sewage ditch known as the Flint River.
We believe there was a significant financial fraud that drove this.
Was it for the benefit of the local unit of government or for the individual?
Individuals.
At those levels? Individuals are doing it for themselves.
Yes. I believe greed drove this.
In April of 2014, the governor switched the city of Flint's drinking water to the Flint River.
Here's the Flint.
Here's the flag. Here it is.
Here is his team toasting each other over what would amount to, in essence, a slow-motion ethnic cleansing.
3, 2, 1.
Some residents are wondering, will we see a change?
No, the average resident won't notice any difference.
Look down in there.
Within days, the average residents noticed a difference. A big difference.
That's nasty.
Their hair started to fall out. Skin rashes appeared all over their bodies. And the children got sick. Parents whose children showed no symptoms were still worried they might be sick. Because as one doctor noticed, nearly every child had ingested lead.
There is no safe level of lead in a body of anything. There is no safe level. It is potent and it is irreversible, which means once it is in your blood, it wreaks havoc.
You mean irreversible for how long?
Forever. It literally drops IQ. It leads to impulse disorder, memory issues, violent behavior, aggressiveness. It also impacts your DNA. Moms exposed to lead, you can see the DNA changes in their brain.
Word of the developing disaster reached the governor's office. And so he quietly dispatched an aide to Flint to find out what exactly was going on. The report came back with bad news. The state investigator recommended switching immediately back to the Lake Huron water. But the governor seemed to have other thoughts, like getting PR people to make the problem go away.
Water that is leaving the plant is always assured to be at the top-notch quality.
For the governor, there was an even greater tragedy. The Flint River water was corroding the auto parts at the General Motors factory. When the governor heard this, he blew his top. After all, General Motors had donated hundreds of thousands of dollars to the Republican Governors Association to help elect candidates like Rick Snyder. And here he was, damaging their property. For Governor Snyder, that was a bridge too far. He immediately ordered the water in Flint to be switched back to Lake Huron, but only for the General Motors factory. The people of Flint would continue to drink the poisoned water.
Nobody's going to believe this, that the one Jewish factory that's renewing here in Flint, they got their hook back up to the fresh, clean, Lake Huron water. And everybody,
and we were like, well, what's happening to our bodies? And they were like, they went back to it's safe as meeting all federal and state guidelines. And that was like the drum.
but the auto parts that had to be washed in the factory had to have the clean, pure water from Lake Huron.
Yeah, because profit reigns supreme. We didn't own General Motors. That's why we didn't get like the clean, safe water.
So, Trump is looking at this whole drink water place. poisoning of majority black cities? What would I be able to get away with?
Look at my African American over here. Look at this.
Go home and get a job. Go home, get a job. Yeah, and if there's a group out there, just throw them the hell out.
Knock the crap out of him, would you? Seriously.
I will pay for the legal fees, I promise. Now there's a remnant. Yeah, he's right there. Hello. Uh-oh.
In the good old days, they'd rip him out of that seat so fast.
Feel that wall. Feel that wall. Feel that wall. We are going to make America great again.
I will tell you that our system is good. You know, most of the people on this stage I've given to, just so you understand. Before this, before I give to everybody. When they call, I give. And you know what? When I need something from them 3 years later, I call them. They are there for me. And that's a broken system. He was right. It is a broken system. So we decided to break it from there by eliminating all 16 Republican people.
You're not going to be able to consult your way to the
Excuse me, 1 second. Well, this guy's a choke artist, and this guy's a liar. One by one, he took down the Republican elites.
Donald Trump said, quote, "Look at that face. Would anyone vote for that? Can you imagine that, the face of our next president?"
And boy, did it feel good watching him neuter the final Bush.
They lied. They said there were weapons of mass destruction. There were none, and they knew there were none. We should have never been in Iraq.
I am sick and tired of him going after my family.
Excuse me. 1 second.
No.
I
The
didn't
simple
want
fact
to
is,
get
Donald, you cannot take...
more energy tonight. I like that.
Get back in the business of creating a more peaceful world. Please clap.
After destroying the Republican Party, Trump decided to outflank Hillary on the left.
Unlike her, who voted for the war without knowing what she was doing, I would not have had our people in Iraq.
Taking one position after another that was more liberal than hers.
Don't vote for a Wall Street sellout like Hillary Clinton.
You made 3 speeches for Goldman Sachs. You were paid $675,000.
That's what they offered.
On days where she would make 1 or 2 campaign stops.
Hillary Clinton attending a number of private fundraisers, building those campaign coffers.
Trump was holding
big rallies in important swing states.
You know, it's not a good sign when your campaign is sending cardboard cutouts instead of you.
Her approval ratings are still underwater, so better to send in either surrogates who are more popular or surrogates who can sort of fly under the radar and just visit with volunteers.
And make sure that your bumper sticker is just big enough so no one can see it.
The American people that live outside the Beltway, that's the real America. That's the real people out there, and those are the real people that are going to go vote by the millions for Donald J. Trump.
Real America sees what's going on here.
What I would call the real America, which is working class.
The people out here, real America, think is crazy.
There seems to be a misunderstanding about who the real America is. Let me share with you a fact that has never been stated in the press, or reported on the nightly news, or even spoken amongst ourselves. The United States of America is a leftist country. That's right. We are one rockin', shit-kicking, gay-loving, gun-rejected, race-mixing, pot-smoking, tree-hugging, hip-hopping, anywhere breastfeeding, quinoa-cooking, left-leaning liberal nation. Here are the facts. The vast majority of Americans are pro-choice. They want equal pay for women, stronger environmental laws, legalized marijuana, a raise in the minimum wage, Medicare for all, tuition-free college, free childcare, support for labor unions, cut the military budget, break up the big banks. Most Americans don't even own a gun, and 75% believe that immigration is good for the U.S., and on and on and on. Heck, Texas isn't even white anymore. Houston had a lesbian mayor. When you think Texas, you know what to think lesbian. The values they stood for in the 60s and 70s.
This is a meeting of American rights.
And out the beliefs of this great land.
Put your whole face over there. Yes, here.
Those crazy motherfuckers have won. And I love the smell of essential oils in the morning. If America is us, and we're the majority, why is it that we do not hold a single seat of power? Not the White House, not the Senate, not the House, not the Supreme Court. In 50 of our state capitals, the Democrats control only 8 of them. Yet in 6 of the last 7 presidential elections, the popular vote was won by the Democrats, which means the Republicans have won only once in the last 30 years. This is the ceremony that takes place every 4 years, when the votes of the Electoral College are brought into the U.S. Congress inside baby coffins. What they should do is bury those ballots with the Electoral College itself, the last vestige in our Constitution that was written to appease the slave states over 200 years ago. People, can we please be done with this?
The sergeant at arms removed the protesters from the gallery. Chamber will be in order. Change will be in order.
You can't call it a democracy if the person who gets the most votes doesn't win. So if the American people have made it very clear that they want the Democrats running the country, then why aren't they?
I'm prepared to make a whole range of compromises.
Compromise. Don't sit down and make compromise.
And real compromises.
Compromise.
God bless you, stupid man.
So when did all this compromising start? As far back as the last president who said, "Make America great again." No, not him.
We can make America great again.
Him, Mr. Bill Clinton, the man from Hope. Back in the 80s and 90s, Republican campaigns were flush with corporate cash, and they were winning elections. The Democrats, meanwhile, saw their labor base decimated. Labor was so lost, they couldn't even come up with something to put on their picket signs. So what better way to get in on the action than to start acting like a Republican? Bill Clinton went on a tear, launching a mass incarceration of black people, deregulating the banks to let them run amok, shipping 1 million jobs to Mexico under the guise of free trade, eliminating most welfare support for the poor, and making it illegal to marry someone of your gender. Now you might have started asking yourself why you should even be participating in the political process. Millions began to drop out. The 100 million non-voters of America were essentially the country's largest political party. Yet neither the Democrats nor the Republicans sought their vote. As the Democrats became more like Republicans, so did the entire liberal establishment, led by the paper of record.
Our source was the New York Times.
Catering to big business, minimizing social movements like Occupy Wall Street, and cheerleading every war we got into.
We needed to go over to that part of the world, and what they needed to see was American boys and girls going house to house, from Basra to Baghdad, basically saying, "Suck on this."
It also tries to dictate elections. Bernie Sanders' message resonates with a certain age group, his own. That's the headline. When you read that now, after, seeing what actually happened.
Seeing Bernie in person and like hearing.
The purpose of that article was to try to stop you. Michael, it was more than just that. Look, we were a real threat to the liberal establishment. Because if you think the New York Times or the Washington Post is really going to be talking about the issues that are important to working people in this country, are going to be talking about the needs of the middle class, it would be very interesting.
People believed Bernie and he was sincere in what he believed. If you got elected, he was going to do this. Right.
Big Bernie. And every single county in West Virginia. County.
Yeah.
Every single county went for Bernie. And bingo, Hillary came in third place by a husband named Paul Farrell. I don't know who that is, okay?
Even though Bernie Sanders won all 55 counties in West Virginia, with Hillary not winning a single county, the West Virginia Democratic Party went to the Democratic National Convention and told this lie to the American people.
West Virginia, how do you Madam Secretary, 19 votes for the next president of the United States, Hillary Rodham Clinton, and 18 votes for Senator Bernie Sanders.
A single woman in West Virginia did her best to put her little homemade sign within the cannon frame so that the American people would be able to vote. The West Virginia Democratic Party decided to alter the results of the West Virginia primary by ignoring the will of the people and adding their own super delegates, i.e., party loyalists, people picked by the party hacks. Just like all the state Democratic parties did.
Indiana, Hillary Rodham Clinton. Michigan, Hillary Clinton. Montana, Hillary Clinton. New Hampshire, Hillary Clinton. Rhode Island, Hillary Rodham Clinton. Vermont, Hillary Clinton.
I move that the convention suspend the procedural rules, and I move that Hillary Clinton be selected as the nominee of the Democratic Party for President of the United States.
It was a betrayal. People were so disgusted with it. People left the Democratic Party. They just exited.
This just tells people to stay home.
I think so.
Don't bother.
Bingo.
When the people are continually told that their vote doesn't count, that it doesn't matter, and they end up believing that, the loss of faith in our democracy becomes our death knell. The strong man, the autocrat, only succeeds when a vast swath of the population decides they've seen enough and give up. But as the people of Flint protested, the governor and his spokespeople kept lying about the water.
This is certainly a situation that deserves attention. I do not think that it rises to the level of state by state. There's just, we are here with the resources necessary to address the situation. Anyone who is concerned about the water in Flint can relax. There is no broad problem right now with rising drinking water in Flint.
Let's get the facts. There's two parts in this. Let's remember, water isn't the only source of blood, and so we need to make sure we're encouraging people to look at other places that could create a threat.
I
She started working for the health department November of 2015.
This is her case. She was asked to participate in the program.
I was the case manager here in Flint, Michigan. All of the results in regards to the blood levels and proof of number and cases all of these things are correct.
And while doing so, she discovered that the government officials had cooked the votes.
My supervisor asked if I would go in and help them out with the numbers and not show certain things. If someone came in and it was high, the health department didn't want that number to be shown.
She began secretly making printouts of the falsified records and prepared to show them to anyone until she brought them to me.
This method
Yes. The normal number is 3.5, and anything over 3.5 is considered a high lead level. 6, 6, 5, 6, 5, 5, 6, 7, 10, 6, 8, 6, 6, 14. No.
That means every child on this sheet of paper has an elevated level.
Yeah. And I said, so let's just call the parents and we test. And they said, no, we can't do it. Just put them in as a 3.5.
so the person needs to check with them
They think their child is fine. My child has to go.
Many of these parents will be involved in
Correct. Just put them in as a 3.5. I said no, and that's when things kind of changed for me.
Somebody told somebody to cover up what the state was really up to.
I look at the lifestyle of kids that's being born. You know what they know? They know a lot of water.
So I compare how I do now, how I lived in Iraq as far as moving water. I had more water than I did.
And we need to not have the highest water bills in the nation. Especially since Michigan has 85% of the nation's water, 20% of the water. You know, then there's people who have to choose between their water bill or medication, water bill or childcare, water bill or car bill, water bill or rent. When you have the highest water bill, poorest citizens in the nation, you might want to
What this disaster created is a prison called Flint. No one would leave here, which meant no one could leave.
If I was going to describe Flint to someone from out of the state that has never been here, I would say that we have a very good
So that is usually the most common question. People say, why don't you just move? Would you buy my house for what I wanted?
Unfortunately, this water crisis could be almost the final and then people started dying of Legionnaire's disease.
This outbreak of Legionnaires was one of the highest in the country, and it was directly related to the water crisis.
This is the family of NBA star Flint's own Roy Marble. They lost their mother to Legionnaire's disease, which she contracted from the contaminated water at Flint's hospital.